Have you ever wondered about the darker side of motherhood? The tales that aren't filled with love and sacrifice, but with neglect, ambition, and malice? Across the ages, some mothers have left indelible stains on the pages of history, their names synonymous with the worst of maternal failings. Among them, one name echoes with a chilling resonance: Jane. A symbol of neglectful motherhood, her story is a stark reminder of the tragic consequences of maternal neglect. And so begins our journey into the stories of history's worst mothers, starting with Jane. Jane, a name known for its simplicity, yet behind it hides a tale of profound neglect. Let's delve into the life of Jane, a mother whose actions have left an indelible mark on the annals of history's worst mothers. Born into a world of privilege, Jane's life was a tableau of opulence and comfort. Yet, beneath the veneer of her lavish lifestyle, a darker narrative was unfolding. A narrative defined by her blatant disregard for her children's well-being. Jane's children, mere footnotes in her life, were subjected to a childhood devoid of love and attention. Instances of neglect were rife, from forgotten birthdays to missed school events, and even basic necessities were often overlooked. Jane's children were left to fend for themselves, their cries for attention falling on deaf ears. Her neglect was not born out of financial hardship or societal pressures, but rather a lack of maternal instinct and a pervasive self-centeredness. Jane's story shocks us, but she is not alone in her infamy. From neglect, we move to ambition and malice, epitomized by Agrippina the Younger and Marianne Cotton. Agrippina the Younger, a figure from ancient Rome, was a woman whose thirst for power knew no bounds. Born into an influential family, she used her lineage and cunning to manipulate those around her, including her own son Nero. Rather than nurturing her child, Agrippina saw Nero as a pawn, a means to an end in her relentless quest for control. Her maternal instincts were overshadowed by her political aspirations, and she famously maneuvered her son into the role of emperor, only to be murdered by him in a tragic twist of fate. Agrippina's story is a stark reminder of the lengths some will go to satisfy their ambitions, even at the cost of their family's well-being. On the other hand, Marianne Cotton's tale is one of pure malice. This infamous figure from 19th century England was a serial killer who preyed on her own family. She poisoned over a dozen people, including several of her own children, all for financial gain. Her reign of terror lasted nearly 2 decades before she was finally captured and brought to justice. The cold-heartedness of Marianne Cotton's actions, her utter disregard for her children's lives, paints a chilling picture of maternal malice at its most extreme. Agrippina and Marianne, though separated by centuries, share a common thread, a complete distortion of the maternal role. Their stories represent the darker side of motherhood, where love and nurturing are replaced by manipulation, ambition, and even murder. These women stand in stark contrast to the idealized image of the selfless, loving mother, reminding us that the reality can sometimes be far more complex and disturbing. As we delve deeper, the tales only become darker and more complex. We are left to ponder the depths of human nature, the extremes to which some will go, and the profound impact such actions can have on the lives of innocent children. In the next scene, we will explore the stories of Queen Joanna of Castile and Margaret Beaufort, 2 more mothers whose actions have left an indelible mark on history. Queen Joanna of Castile and Margaret Beaufort, mothers who let their own desires overshadow their maternal instincts. In the heart of the Spanish monarchy, we find Queen Joanna, a tragic figure whose descent into madness led her to neglect and mistreat her own offspring. Her story is a stark reminder of how mental illness can distort the bonds of motherhood, turning a queen into a specter haunting her own children's lives. Across the English Channel, we meet Margaret Beaufort, a mother who would stop at nothing to see her son ascend to the throne. Her maternal love was eclipsed by her ruthless ambition, as she manipulated her own child, Henry VII, in a high-stakes game of power. Margaret's tale is an enduring testament to the lengths some will go for the sake of political gain. As we end our journey through these infamous tales, let's reflect on what we've learned. The stories of Jane, Agrippina, Marianne, Joanna, and Margaret shock us, yet they also fascinate us. This fascination stems from our endeavor to understand the complexities of human nature. where maternal love can be overshadowed by ambition, neglect, and malice. These tales serve as stark reminders of the depths to which humanity can sink, yet also as lessons of the consequences of such failings. As we close the chapter on history's worst mothers, we're reminded of the complexities of motherhood and the enduring lessons found within the pages of history.